Yeah, Miss Pat, I'll project, and those of you that are connecting by phone, you may not be able to see the information we're projecting. We post all of these recorded community meetings online on our website immediately after, maybe about 10, 15 minutes after the meeting. So feel free to go back online if you want to see the resources. Those of you that are on a computer, if you see anything that you immediately want to remember, feel free to screenshot it. And the same with those of you on the app. If you use the app instead of calling in, you can also see this presentation. And so, again, it's information for you. It's important. And with that, Ms. Pat, we have about 70 people. Take it away.
Good morning, students and families. It's nice to see everyone in here today. As you know, this week is Teacher Appreciation Week throughout the United States, and we'd like to take this time to thank all of our amazing teachers and staff for everything that they do for Catch to make the school what it is, especially as we transition to remote learning this semester. This simply could not be possible without the efforts of our dedicated teaching staff. So to Ms. Batey, Ms. Redmond, Ms. Tongu, Ms. Rachel, Ms. Martinez, Mr. Pierce, Mr. Park, Mr. Singleton, Mr. Pexon, Mr. Newton, Ms. Fuentes, and Ms. T. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. And so do all of Catch's students and families. I'm sure you'll be getting lots of shout outs in chat throughout the assembly and throughout the week as students and parents log in to class and email and communicate with you. Next topic, and this is a big one. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to inform you that we will be having a guest speaker at graduation this year. The one and only Barack Obama. That's right. President Obama, his wife, and a slew of other musicians and political icons will be hosting a televised graduation for high school seniors on May the 16th and June the 6th of this year. The virtual ceremony will be televised on all networks and streamed online, and Catch is inviting all seniors to virtually attend and listen as President Obama shares a personal commencement address to you all. Moving on, last week, as well as this morning, every Catch student and family received our intent to return email and text message. Please complete your intent to return form online this week to ensure your space for next year. To those of you that have already done it, thank you. As you know, Catch bases 2021 school year enrollment on the data we receive from these intent to return applications. If you do not fill out this by Friday, we may remove you to fill your child's spot with a student from our waiting list for next year. Thank you again for completing this very important form. Please remember that we need the form. We need it for our data, and we also need it to ensure your child's space and that we don't give the space to a new student. Next, we had a week of online participation. We had a great week of online participation in our virtual learning academy. Thank you to all parents for pushing your children to connect online and complete assignments. More than 90% of Catch students were online last week. However, one thing we're noticing is that some students are logging on for a few seconds or less than a minute and then logging off. To be clear, this does not count as participation, as the expectation is that you are online and participating in your classes meaningfully and for worthwhile periods of time. To avoid confusion, Please reference the daily teaching schedule that's been texted and posted on the school website, and check your teacher Google Classroom portal for up-to-date information on when your class is online. Also, as I mentioned last week, every parent should have spoken to every teacher by now. We're a small school, so we have that opportunity. We have the opportunity to speak to every parent. Okay, now here's Dr. Arnold for information about AP testing.
Good morning, students and families. AP exams are next week, and in order to help students complete their exams from home, Mr. Park is making a series of tutorial videos to assist with home registration and exam day preparations. This will be texted later on today, and all students should watch it and perform the functions that Mr. Park outlines. And what you're seeing right now, for those of you that haven't seen this before, is the complete schedule of AP exam testing information. And you can see that there are dates that are occurring next week and the week after, and that's the first round of AP testing. And the point of this is, if for some reason you legitimately try to log on from home at these times and it doesn't work, don't sweat it, because we will be able to give you a makeup exam the first week of June. However, that's not an ideal situation. We want students to complete their AP exams from home, and we want them to happen next week. But a few things need to happen in order for that to occur. So please pay attention to the rest of this presentation and the videos Mr. Park sends today. Most importantly, I want you to know that the test is really to your advantage. It is a 45-minute free response, one question exam. If you do well on it, you will literally get college credit. Not only will this, and for those of you that can speak to this, any parents that have taken AP classes and gone to college, you enter college with the ability to not need to take as many classes to graduate. So that will save you tuition, and it will also help you graduate early if you choose. Okay, so the test is real. Particularly seniors, this is a really, really good opportunity to knock off some of your GE general ed requirements that you'll need to take, especially if you're going to the UCs, which more students this year are going to than ever before in Texas history. So here are two things that you need to do. You need to log into myap.collegeboard.org with your username and password to ensure your @catchhighschool.com email address is accurate. This is where you'll be receiving a custom exam day link to the test. The deadline to do this is by tomorrow. But again, Mr. Park is going to make some videos, and we're going to text that to you today. So make sure that you update, or even right after this meeting, make sure you log into your AP portal, update your email, and make sure it's a catchhighschool.com email address, and then check it, because over the weekend you'll have a custom link, and that's where you're going to take your exam. Number two, log into apcollegeboard.org and visit your AP Classroom portal to make sure that you can have access to prep resources, questions, and exam day scenarios. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very simple. We say this all the time. Those of you that do those things and prepare for this exam will literally perform better than those of you who don't. So you should screenshot these links on this page. You should visit both of these sites, get prepared, watch Mr. Park's videos, and ask your AP teachers for information or support, because we will not be able to help you on that day as you are taking the test from your home. You'll need a reliable computer, you'll need to log on 30 minutes early, and you'll need to take it seriously. You have a really, really great shot at getting college credit. That's all for me. I'm now going to give it to Ms. Martinez with some other important information about your health and wellness. Ms. Martinez.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I'm going to talk about COVID-19 and share some important details and resources. Feel free to screenshot any of this information, but know that the information will always be on the school website. So we'll post it later today. That corona testing is now open up to everyone, including those without symptoms and even children. So everyone and anyone can get a coronavirus test. Now, to get a free same-day test, you have to visit the website here that's in red font and highlighted in yellow here at the top. The test is given in your car, and you can get the results in 1 to 3 days. So we highly encourage anyone who is feeling ill or who believes they may have been exposed to coronavirus to register for an today. Also, as you know, LAUSD superintendent has said that there will be summer learning opportunities for all students in the district this year. However, this is going to occur virtually. And so the same will be true. All students will have opportunities to read, write, prepare for the SAT, prepare for the PSAT this summer, but the dates will be forthcoming, so please stay tuned, but know that we will be offering summer programs. For those of you who are curious about For those of you who are curious about when school will start up again next fall, the first day of school will absolutely be August 18th. However, we don't know if we're going to be back at the physical Catch campus by then. So we'll let you know as soon as we get new information. So, now that the cities and states are opening back up, new projections indicate an increased spread of coronavirus. So schools are thinking about ways to conduct learning that are safe and also how things have been in the past. You need to be prepared to send students to school in the future, possibly with masks and for temperature checks to be a part of the school day experience. Also, things to consider is that desks will need to be 6 feet apart, and schools may need to shut down for weeks at a time if someone on campus contracts coronavirus. So we're even thinking about new health schedules or scenarios where students go to school for 3 or 4 days a week and do some schooling from home. So everything is developing right now, and as we make these decisions for next year, we'll make sure that we will keep everyone with health agencies. So we're doing everything that we can to get the answers that I know you want. So please, just know that we'll keep everyone posted. Okay, and that's it for me. Ms. Pat?
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Our last topic is about Chromebook returns. Seniors, all Chromebooks must be returned by the week of June 1st. Seniors, all Chromebooks must be returned by the week of June 1st. In exchange for your Chromebook, CACS will issue your diploma. For students that do not return a Chromebook, CACS will hold your diploma until you do so. 9th and 11th graders, we will collect your Chromebooks the week of June 9th through 11th graders. We will collect your Chromebooks the week of June 8th. In exchange, we will issue you a final report card. We will issue you a final report card. You will not be able to log into PowerSchool and see your report card. Your report card will be a physical report card that you and your parents are able to hold, touch, and feel good about. Those who do not return Chromebooks will have their final report cards withheld. Again, those who do not return Chromebooks will have their final report cards withheld until doing so. Let's take a break here and answer any questions that parents may have first, and then students.
Ms. Pat, Mr. Singleton just brought up in chat, anything about textbooks? Do you mean Chromebook and textbook returns?
I mean Chromebooks, and I'm not getting involved in the textbooks. That's the teachers. They can set up whatever system they want to set up for textbooks.
But will transcripts and grades be withheld until those are returned?
Yes.
Mr. Christian Wimberly a senior asked you a question. Are we getting our diploma on campus or through the mail? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, what's going to happen with the diplomas, we're going to set a schedule. And then you're going to come and pick up your diploma. We'll examine it to make sure everything is correct, and then you will receive your diploma after you have turned in your Chromebook. And now they want me to add books, but I'm not getting into that book deal.
Okay. So teachers will coordinate books, and then Ms. Pat will have a list that's given by the teachers of any students with books withstanding. A couple more questions. Jaden Hunter asked, when can we drop the books off? I believe, Ms. Pat, you're going to say that's coordinated by the teachers?
Yeah, that's going to be coordinated by the teachers, because the teachers are going to receive the books and make sure that all books are accounted for, because they checked out the books with numbers. So
Right.
They will receive them and make sure they have all the books. If they don't, they'll report back to me.
Got it. Mr. Singleton just advised Jaden that they'll take care of that in class. Estrella Herrera, another senior, asked, when will we be getting our cap and gown?
Generally, this year is different, but generally you get it the week before graduation. It comes out the week before graduation. So that generally it would be the first week of June. It would be the first week of June. But we're staying on top of it because hopefully, because we have to deliver, we have to deliver the robes also. And so we have to set a date for people to come pick up their packages. And I don't know how people paid, but we want to make sure that it's a one-stop shop, that we don't have to do it 3 days, that we can do it all in one day.
Awesome. Lots of questions, so this is good. Miss Pat, Celeste asked when our rings are coming. I imagine that's the same time.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say package. All of the packages and robes should be delivered on the same day. And we will be waiting for everything so that we don't have to do it 2 and 3 days.
Got it.
Is that clear?
Yeah, it's very clear. And just to reiterate what Ms. Pat just said, the package is everything that an individual student ordered. So if you ordered a cap and gown, you get a cap and gown. If you ordered a cap and gown and a ring, you get a cap and gown and a ring. If you ordered graduation invitations, you get that too. Whatever you ordered is in the package. Ms. Pat, will those be distributed from your house or from Catch, or what's the thinking?
They're going to be distributed. They're going to be distributed from Catch. And what we will do is we will contact LAUSD to confirm that the office has been sanitized. And when we say, so what will happen, I want to just add a few more comments. What will happen is you'll try your ring on, you'll make sure that it's right. You'll look at your cap and gown, you'll make sure you have a cap, you'll make sure you have a tassel. If you're a girl, you'll make sure you have a collar. And then you'll slip the robe on to make sure that it fits properly. So those are the things that will happen at distribution.
Got it. Lots of questions, Miss Pat. So this is good.
Mm-hmm.
And we have about 90 people in here. Isaiah Wise asked, what if we don't get Chromebooks? Isaiah, if you don't have a Chromebook, then you obviously don't need to return it. We have a list of all students who have Chromebooks, and those are the students that need to return to get diplomas and transcripts. Miss Pat, Breon Goodman asked a question. Do I still need to do the work for Catch even if I'm going to another school next year?
The work?
Yeah, do I still need to do my schoolwork?
Yes. You have to get a grade and a transcript.
So yeah, Breon, everything counts. So it's important to continue to do your grades and assignments. If you don't, your grade will reflect that, and hopefully you do, so that your grade can reflect that. Grades, remember, guys, are permanent and count wherever you go, and they follow you from school to school. So absolutely, regardless of your schooling decisions for next year, make sure you complete your work. A couple of students
Also,
yeah, go for it.
also, Breon can, we'll have Ms. T get in touch with Breon
Yeah, absolutely.
to make sure that she's not overloaded.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Next is a couple of other students, so Charlie and others are asking about who's taking the AP test. So I want to be clear. Throughout the year, we created an AP student testing roster. That's different than students who are enrolled in AP testing. Those are students that were interested and committed to taking the test in May. Those students have been communicated with throughout the school year. Teachers have those individual rosters. If you are that student, you would clearly know it because you've been to a series of meetings with myself and Ms. Pat. And if you're not that student, then you haven't been to those meetings. So the AP testing information is only for the AP test takers who are taking the exam. I believe that's about 19 students in grades 11 and 12 mostly. Ms. Pat, do you want to say anything about that or move on?
Move on.
Got it. Next, Divine Ford asked, my mom wants my grades on paper. What do I do? Ms. Pat, I believe you said that that's how we're going to be giving them, right?
Yes. Now, I'm assuming that he's referring to a report card versus a transcript.
Yeah, I believe that's what she's saying.
Okay.
So yes, Divine, you will be getting a report card, absolutely. Couple of other questions.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. I came in on the part where you were talking about the registration fee to return back to school after the coronavirus. Is that going to be sent through email, or do we have to come in and re-enroll?
No, there's no registration fee. We sent an intent to return form to every parent by email and text message that's registered. Who's your child?
Jayani Beasley.
Jayani Beasley. I can check afterwards, or Miss T can actually reach out to you afterwards, just to ensure we have all your correct registration info, and then we can send you a customized link if you haven't got that already.
Okay.
All right. Thank
you.
Absolutely. Other comments that are going, Ms. Redmond was saying that Isaiah is asking, how can he get grades even if he doesn't have a Chromebook? Just to be clear, if you don't have a Chromebook or you didn't check one out, you will get your grades and transcripts and diplomas according to the way that we regularly do it. So this is only for people who have checked out Chromebooks.
I have a question. How is the Chromebook? We have to return them, but they're gonna have summer online classes?
Yeah, so summer online classes are going to be offered, but we don't anticipate necessarily that all students or parents will necessarily take advantage of that. So we'll have a different summer school registration process, and students who are going to participate in that will have access to Chromebooks for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Alejandra's mom just wanted to thank all teachers for their hard work and dedication. She's appreciative of that for her daughter. Ms. Pangu just let Jayani's dad know that we have gotten her registration, so that's good. Jayla Gordon, Miss Pat, has a question. Is there an estimated date when we're going to go back to school? Do you want to address that? We shared that earlier, but do you want to address that again?
Yes. So the LAUSD date for return to school is September the 18th.
August.
No, I'm sorry. August the 18th. It's August the 18th. However, we don't know if it's in person or virtual. As we receive the information, we will share. But we do know the date is August the 18th.
And so again, just to be clear, Ms. Martinez really addressed this in her slides, and she did a great job in the presentation, which we'll post online for everybody. But school is definitely going to look different, not only at Catch, but for all students in America next year, high school, college, elementary school, etc. Desks will be 6 feet apart. There will likely be temperature checking. Students with temperatures above 100 degrees will be mandated to go home. Schools may be shut down if somebody gets sick from coronavirus. There's going to be lots of different changes, including possibly to the bell schedule. So we just want students to pay attention to that and keep posted. I think we all agree Catch does a good job communicating and sharing and texting and all that. We will do all of that for everyone, but our primary concern is health and safety. And so that is why it's been so important to have this online learning academy. And it's why you guys have done a great job, particularly the last week or so, with everybody logging on for all classes. That's probably going to be some kind of a component to what next year looks like. Ms. Pat, do you want to say anything about that? Because people are listening.
No, I just want to, yes, first I'd like to say that to the parents and to the students that they've done a great job these last couple of weeks. And we're very proud of your participation. We're very, very proud of your participation. And again, we go back to school on the 18th. That's what they're saying now. We don't know how we're going to go back to school. We don't know if it's going to be virtual or whether it's going to be face-to-face. We don't know if it's going to be 4 days, 3 days. We don't know what it's going to look like. Because as you know, the pandemic is something that we've never, ever experienced. So therefore, going back to school will be something that we've never, ever experienced. Okay, Doc.
All right. If there's any more questions, feel free. I think this has been, like, we've had a great week of learning. This has also been a great assembly. The point of this is for students and parents to connect, ask questions, to get answers. So we really want you to take advantage of this time. And we really, really appreciate everybody's participation, even in this. So with that, Ms. Pat, do you want to dismiss and keep the seniors?
Yes, I want to thank everyone for attending today. The seniors will please stay. Everyone else, this concludes our meeting for today. And if anyone still has questions or concerns about anything, I encourage you to email your teachers directly or call the school phone number to discuss them directly. You can email your teachers or you can call the school phone directly. Seniors and senior families, please stay online so that we can continue the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Pat. Seniors are in here only. I have a slide up, Ms. Pat, that says celebrate the class of 2020. And I didn't know if you wanted to mention, among other things, the idea we were having about virtual graduation presentations.
Why don't you talk about what I said virtual graduation may look like?
Yeah, so hello to everybody. I know that kind of as we get closer, which is a very natural thing for senior students and families, kind of the main focus becomes graduation and what that will look like. We're still planning and designing that. It's going to absolutely be virtual. It's illegal in the state of California to have a physical graduation, so we were unable to do that. But we will have a virtual graduation. And we talked about earlier the fact that Here's a good example if anybody saw this, but if you saw the NFL virtual draft, they had rules where you couldn't have, more than 4 or 5 people in the frame of the television shot. We absolutely don't want to have, families of 10 or 20 gathering at home for graduation, because we would then be facilitating in a lack of social distancing. So we want to make sure that students and families are clear about virtual graduation being limited to the people who live in your home. And one of the things that we were thinking about also is Ms. Pat thought that it might be a good idea for every student, to kind of take some time over the next few weeks and maybe inside of your classes after June 1st to reflect on your entire high school career and experience, your friends, your family, your teachers, your school, and maybe put together some sort of a 30-second video thank you or shout out to whoever you wanted in a school appropriate fashion, and maybe send that in by the Friday before graduation so that we could play that for your friends and family during the graduation. And we would obviously be filming or videotaping the graduation, the virtual ceremony, and providing links to it. You're going to obviously want to remember this for the rest of your life, particularly how unique it is and already has been. And so thinking about maybe putting together some guidelines or parameters, again, for you to create some sort of a, video shout out or 30-second thank you to my mom, for this, that, and the other, my friends, and for you to have that in your archives. We would put it together in a really nice fashion, and you would have it for perpetuity. Miss Pat.
I don't think it matters whether or not you have a robe and a cap and a gown. I don't think that matters. I think that as long as it's appropriate, if you don't have the cap and gown, you can dress up any kind of way you want to dress up for your video.
Dylan asked, is graduation still June 12th?
The virtual graduation?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we know what time yet, Miss Pat? Morning, afternoon, how you want to do it?
It'll be in the afternoon around 3 o'clock.
Okay. Other questions? Miss Pat, anything that you want to address to the seniors? You want to talk about closing out grades or what to expect in June, things like that?
Hopefully you guys are doing all of your work because you want to make sure that your transcript looks very good. What we're going to do is, if you have a Chromebook, make sure you return the Chromebook. We're going to set up a date for delivery of all packages. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to participate in graduation remotely on the 12th around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you don't have a cap and a gown, you can just dress up, to suit the occasion. Your transcripts. Now, I'm assuming that Ms. Fuentes knows where we're sending all of the transcripts. Is that right, Ms. Fuentes?
Yeah, and I have the dates for a lot of the Cal State UCs already.
Okay, so we have the date for the Cal State and the UCs, and we will get the transcripts ready. Student, your responsibility is what the transcript looks like. And we will send out the transcript to said schools, and we will also give you an official copy of your transcript. And I think I mentioned before, when you get your diploma, you take it somewhere and get it reproduced like 10 times. So you'll have those 10 copies. Did we miss anything?
I didn't know if you wanted to address closeout grades or what the month of June looks like for seniors, what you expect.
Okay, my expectation is, this is my expectation, that from the 1st of June to graduation day, you do not have to attend any classes. Graduation day. Because on graduation day, we have to close the transcripts. But the 1st through the 11th, the expectation is that you will be online in your classes so that it's reflected on your transcript. Anything else?
Yeah, just to be clear, even if you're returning a Chromebook, that doesn't mean that you're still not able to check in online, visit Google Classroom from your phone or other computer device if you have it. It's not as if school stops on June 1st, even though we will be collecting your Chromebooks. School will be different. It will change. You are a senior. You are graduating 11 days from that day. We know that. But that doesn't mean that you don't log in, check in, wrap up any grades or assignments if you need it, extra credit opportunities, things like that. That all still counts, and you're all old enough and responsible to know how to do all of that.
And remember, it goes through the 11th. So on the 12th, when it's done, you won't be able to say, oh my goodness, I need some help moving this grade.
Right.
You won't have that opportunity.
So
anything else?
No, that's it. You guys have been doing a really good job as a class logging in. We expect that from you. As you know, it is likely that those of you going to the UCs and Cal States, it's likely you're going to start the year this way with online and virtual learning. So this is all good practice.